It starts with a wizard, he's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane, when you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Flagon Slayers. We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. I hope that's not surprising to anybody. In case you missed last week,
what are we playing?
Dungeons and
told
Dragons.
this was an AA meeting.
Well, Brady.
I'm Caleb.
Hi,
this is for Brady.
Caleb.
This is for Brady, not for you. Don't be selfish, Caleb.
Oh,
Brady, we've noticed a
I'll
problem,
keep drinking.
and we want you. Good for you, buddy.
I was gonna say, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to those problems.
Well, anyway, welcome back to the Flagon Slayers. In case you missed last week, the party was met with even more legal woes as the prosecution came a knocking, looking for statements. Prosecution came a knocking for statements from the guild members. The party met the prosecutor Quantorus Bartholomew Frontadelis Harpins Ponderellus Bixley Esquire, and most of them, if not all of them, really didn't like him.
Didn't have
I only remember a Gibby. I don't remember a Gibby.
He asked around, and it became pretty apparent that maybe while Anzu's intentions were good, he might not be the best lawyer for the case. And after the party asked around, they talked to Mathis, and Mathis said he knew a guy. In walked the shabbily dressed, trench coat donned, mop of a head, Callum Bow, who immediately took over the situation and began getting statements and information from the guild hall. He quickly came to the conclusion that Thea and Animus's testimonies, maybe Animus's testimony, could be thrown out on religious/deity affiliation grounds, among other things. The party left Callum in their pool meeting room for the night as he pored over the facts of the case. And unless anyone has anything to do before sunrise...
Would Anzu not stay with him?
Stopping.
Anzu's still on the job. We didn't fire him.
I mean, we didn't say at the time that Anzu stayed.
I have a team of lawyers. Only the finest.
Anzu and this other guy.
And this other dude.
And then
If Anzu wishes to stay reviewing
Animus
the
to a
case...
lesser extent.
Animus is an unofficial apprentice to Anzu, who's not...
Animus is an unpaid intern.
Yeah.
Being
One
paid,
of us.
Yes.
being
One
paid
of
in
us.
experience.
Shout out to unpaid internships.
Yeah, those suck.
There's a political statement somewhere in there.
Yeah,
The whole statement.
but you know, we didn't pay to have
was a
it
political
stated, so.
That's fair.
So, if Anzu wants to stay and review the case with Callum, that is fine, but if not,
Just
that's
walked
also
away.
fine. Does anybody have anything to do before sunrise?
I EP.
Okay. Good to know.
Just a short rest.
Caleb is EP.
No, Animus EP.
Oh, Animus is EP. I assumed Caleb was always EP, but anybody? Anything? Okay. So the following morning comes quicker to some than they would like, and slower to others. The guild hall is a little restless. You can feel there's kind of like this nervous energy in the air. The kobolds have all kind of... It seems as though there's been a minor miscommunication and misinterpretation of what is going on. The kobolds are all smeared in war paint and are in full spear, shield, leather, chestplate armor. They are ready to go. You see Chef has his own battalion that he is currently drilling with their knife skills. You see a bunch of kobolds dicing different vegetables.
Oh God, no.
It looks as though they are ready to mobilize when given the word. You see, you see Soph kind of just like nervously cleaning the bar, making sure everything's in order. He sometimes like looks at the little summoning pendant thing they gave him, and then he puts it back in his pocket.
Hunter, did,
Turk is even kind of just like noodling on his lute, just kind of like playing absentmindedly, kind of going through it.
did Anzu stay, Hunter, to talk? Did he?
And did Anzu stay with Callum when they were reviewing the notes? I will tell you this for full transparency. If you do not get a long rest. And if you've used any of your spell slots, you will not get them back.
Probably better if I don't then.
Okay. Just letting you know.
Well, I should ask. Okay, what would Zaigon prefer? Because I'm in this for him, right?
I mean, I don't know what
I
Anzu
would prefer if you stayed. I would prefer if you stayed.
Okay, I'll stay.
Okay. So Anzu, you get the benefits of a short rest, but you do not get the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
We'll real quick before everybody else wakes up. Callum's hair is even more kind of frazzed out. You see he's got a mustard stain on his coat from a late night sandwich that he had Chef whip up. He continues writing stuff down. He eventually closes his notepad and pulls out from his briefcase that, through the observation you guys have made in the last few hours, is a bag of holding, just styled a little differently. You see him pull out a large file box and just puts it in front of him, pulls it open, starts dumping all of the information into the file box, closes it, puts it back in the briefcase, closes the briefcase. Well, I think it's become clear to me, and I think we can win this case. It's 60-40.
I like those odds.
They're better than the odds you had, and that's a Callum Bow guarantee. All right, so first time in Abyssal Court. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's weird. So friends and family are going to be in a cage above the courtroom as to make sure no one runs away or leaves. And then spectators are allowed to throw objects and/or items at people on the stand.
That seems wild. Okay.
Yeah, it's when they say that court is sometimes a circus. Well, this is a circus, let me tell you. That's why I always come prepared. And you see, he opens the briefcase again, and he pulls out a clear poncho, and he puts it on on his clothing. All right. Okay. Anybody got the time?
No idea.
Watch.
Half past crackle.
No.
Just a schmickle pass.
Well, let me go.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Clearly, our ranger could take a look at the sun, right?
Yeah, but he was trained on the Feywild sun, so he was Feywild sun, completely different sun.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Should
Yeah, everybody knows that.
My mistake.
Does Zaigon...
You guys putting your heads together figure out that it's around 7 in the morning, and court is due in session at 9, so you have about 2 hours before court.
Do we have suits that we need to wear?
Oh no, your gear is fine. Oh, they will. Okay, is anyone currently repressing any hard memories or under the effects of a modified memory spell?
Yes,
Believe so
I have
anymore.
glaucoma, and sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking.
I'm glad you're on the team. Okay, so when you go in, you're gonna go through this thing. It's like a little doorway, but it's not a door. So you're gonna go through it, and they scan your mind using magic for any repressed or modified memories, to know that to make sure that you're telling the truth and everything.
Nothing but the truth.
Because some people have skated perjury by having their memories modified to where they don't remember a dead body, but hey, they did the dead body. So just be clear, if you repressed like an embarrassing speech you gave, or that time you slipped on a banana peel, or that time that you got sauce on your shirt when you were meeting your future wife's mother, just random examples.
That feels specific.
Very random examples. So that's what it is.
Does Zaigon want me to wear my first mate's outfit or my normal?
Wait, are you in the
I feel like
military?
we should,
Were you two in the military?
I feel like we should remove our captain and first mate
Maybe.
attire, just because they don't seem too happy about the whole airship situation.
How did you get this
No,
attire?
That's true. It's true.
The whole airship thing. You're familiar with the case.
He's the captain. I'm the first mate. That's how we got it.
Did this have anything to do with the airship?
Pretty much
Yes,
everything to do with the airship.
Okay, don't wear those.
But don't worry about the lemonade.
Don't worry about the lemonade.
The lemonade is fine.
I have repressed memories, and it's about whatever he's talking about, the lemonade.
Great stuff.
Okay. That was the DM's reaction. That was not any player in the game's reaction. Okay. Is there any last minute thing you guys want to do before you are summoned to the abyss?
I'd like to change out of those clothes, but that's about it.
Zaigon changes in. Are you gonna wear your full-on new armor, or what are you gonna wear?
What does Mr. Bow think would be appropriate?
I mean, on the one hand, the new armor is tied to your new pack, correct?
Correct.
And this is the pack that you got by violating the old pact?
What other pact is there? Why are you here?
I'm just wanting to. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just wanting to make things clear. I think, on the one hand, the judge might think you're flaunting it, but on the other hand, it'll make Grazit and Fraz really mad. I like
New armor it is. New armor it is.
all that. Anybody else? Anything else? Okay. Okay. Hang on just a second.
This is the time-wasting song.
Okay, I'm good.
Sing along.
Sorry, I just had to pull something up really quick.
That was good. That was good.
All right.
That's really good.
That's our ranger.
So 2 hours pass, and you guys feel a pull, almost like you're being summoned, kind of like how summoning circles are made. You feel your feet begin to get heavy, and Callum turns to all of you, and he hands you each an orange slice. I forgot about this part. Orange is in the mouth, people. And he puts his orange in.
Do it.
You guys all sink into the ground, and your vision goes completely black. And you hear this cacophony of screaming and the sounds of tormented souls kind of just whooshing past your ears, Doppler effect all the time. You eventually feel yourself kind of and almost like flatten, like you feel your head almost touch your feet, and then you and in front of you is this very large, what looks like a court building, and the ground you're standing on is very like ethereal, very wispy, kind of smoke-like. When you pick up your feet, you see a small trail of smoke rise with it and then detach from the bottoms of your feet. But you see this large, what looks like a courthouse in front of you. And you see a similar face to the one you saw yesterday. You see Quintoris, but now in his true devilish form. You see small horns coming up from his forehead. A very long, like Guy Fawkes-looking mustache and beard combo that even like goes into a point and then kind of curls up. You see his assistant Kip, who is a small imp. And they're both kind of looking at you. You see Quintoris is checking his watch. He puts it away. Lovely to see you all. I hope your journey was safe and not too tricky. You see,
It was lovely.
Was I naked yesterday?
I mean, I don't know what you do in your private life. When I met you, no.
Would you like to?
No. You see Callum finishes sucking on the orange and then he throws it away, and you see as soon as it hits the smoke, the peel just withers like it's been sitting rotting for hundreds of years. It just kind of and disappears, disintegrates. Oh yeah, I should tell everybody that too. If you summon any creatures that are not of this world, or try to do any sort of healing magics, not gonna work.
Not gonna work.
Yeah. Huh. My apologies to the clerics present. Also, deity connection is going to be probably a little bit wonky. You see Quintoris look over at Callum and he says, "So we meet again. I believe the last time that we sparred with each other, I was in the land of the living. And those poor miners." And then he walks off into the courtroom. He's like, just to clarify, they weren't like children, they were like miners. There was a mining collapse, and he got the I was the defense for the families of the people who died, and then he got their company off, and yeah, it was a really bad sight. But we're gonna win this time.
I look over at Zaigon and I just whisper to him, "It's a good thing we have Anzu on our team too."
Pat him on the back. I think you're right.
All right. So as you guys go into this courthouse, you see this large door frame, and you see people passing through it. And as they do, you see them like kind of like split apart into like their skin, and then their muscles, and then their bones, kind of all just and then go back together once they get through it. Callum turns to all you. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is not pleasant. And you see him, and he, and then goes back together. He's like, but it does pop you back.
Anzu,
Yes, yes.
you should go right ahead.
I will.
Anzu, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you're fine. You know, your bones are so old that,
That's our
you know,
lawyer.
even when they're out of your body, you don't really notice.
Must be the yoga.
It's the Tai Chi and the yoga.
Of course, it's the Tai Chi and yoga.
You go through. Callum looks mildly impressed that you were able to handle that so well. All right, who's next?
I'll go. I'm over here.
Zaigon, make a Constitution saving throw for me. Zaigon in his full armor. You guys haven't really been able to see him wear it that much since he got it. It is pristine. Like, there's not a scratch on it. It looks like it's freshly polished. No matter what angle you look at it, it's beautiful. It kind of radiates, especially in this space.
22.
22. Yeah, it's a very unsettling feeling. You kind of relive the memories that you've recently regained, and then you pass through, seemingly unscathed.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Who's
I'll
next?
go through. I'll go through.
Okay. Cirrus, make a Constitution saving throw. Bless you.
We're off to a flying start. That would be a 7.
Yes.
Oh man, the new deck box and everything.
I haven't
Okay.
bought that yet.
Oh, I thought you got it.
Nah, it's gone to the store.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold outside. I'm not going out in this shit.
True.
Fair enough. So Cirrus, as you're passing through, you're reliving all the most embarrassing moments of your life. You know, the time you missed the shot, the time you struck out with the girl, the time you were in a murder
Which one?
sex dungeon.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. As you get through, you feel yourself kind of like you're woozy and a little dizzy, and you see Callum kind of grabs you under the arm, and he hands you a small piece of lemon. He's like, "Here, suck on this."
Okay.
Okay, you stabilize.
Okay.
Thea and Animus, make a perception check for me. And Zaigon, actually, because Zygon's a cleric now.
Hey.
What am I rolling?
17.
A perception check.
Using your dice that you gave me, Caleb.
Oh boy.
Better not be bad.
Natural 1, here it comes.
Don't do that to her. No!
I'm-
Don't tell
I am
me!
I am a D&D god.
Oh god, throw him out. Throw him out the window right now. Never use him again.
That's the first time I've rolled it. Horrible.
What'd you roll?
Natural 1.
It's like I'm a stinking wizard.
It's okay, it was just a perception.
No,
check.
I am.
I
Okay,
think I know. We
Animus, as you kind of, you're kind of piece together something. What'd you roll, Zygon? My bad.
15.
Okay, and Zygon. Thea, you're a little distracted by the crushing weight of all of this like demonic energy that's all around you is kind of making like all of your danger senses kind of go off, so you're just kind of on edge in general. Zaigon is fine with it, even though he's a cleric, mainly because he's been bathed in demonic energy for a little over a year and a half now, so he's kind of just used to it. You two begin to kind of piece something together. This is the world of death and of destruction, decay, all the negatives, right? And Callum has been giving you fruit. You get the idea that in this area, life, like plants and other animals, sustain you because of how much death and destruction energy is around you. Healing magics don't work, but possibly food, like natural foods, would.
Druidic magic work then? Natural?
Druidic magic does work. Nature magic works. It's weaker, but it works.
So, like, my healing spells wouldn't work, though, because I'm a druid. It's just healing spells do not work.
Healing magic in general does not work.
Okay.
Yeah, healing magic does not work while you're in the abyss.
Alright.
Who's next? There's only 2 of you left. Who's going?
I'll check it out. Can I use guidance, Jacob?
That's not how guidance works on saving throws.
Oh, I thought it was a constitution check. My bad.
Oh no, yours is a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Well, that's nice. 29.
29.
29?
So, Animus, as you pass through, your body does not separate like everyone else's. What does separate from you is you, and then all of you watch as what looks like souls just begin to spill out from behind Animus.
Oh boy.
They're kind of amorphous, kind of like this large blob. There's the screaming. What was the shrieking skull? Blah.
Oh, that was.
I've been having. That was a Caleb right there.
That was.
What is the save on the shrieking soul?
It was
ability?
We just said it was against my spell save, I thought.
Okay.
Or maybe 15 was our base.
Well, what is the save? Like, what check is it?
Oh, it would be
I
wisdom.
believe it's a wisdom. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage because you are in the abyss.
Am I there too?
Shit.
All of you.
What if I have advantage on that? Is it just regular?
It's neutral. Yeah.
It would either be 20 against mine or 15 as our base. I forget what we agreed on for that.
It's your modifier.
Mine's 13.
13. Anzu fails.
Okay.
11.
Zaigon fails.
17.
Thea fails.
18.
Cirrus fails.
Awesome.
Sorry, guys.
Callum succeeds.
Damn.
He has a +5 to his wisdom.
Man's seen some shit.
I have a plus 12 on the fall.
Well, did you roll the Caleb dice?
I rolled 2 and I rolled the same thing on both of them.
Caleb,
One
you
of them
cursed.
was the favorite.
Not cursed. Not cursed. Just sage him up a little bit. Or not sage.
Everyone, you begin to see visions of people being walked up to an altar and decapitated, or their throats slit, or disemboweled, or their hearts ripped out. You see like ritual sacrifice, but it's not like one person. It's literally thousands of people from multiple different planes. You see humanoids, you see fey creatures, you see demons, you see devils, you see elementals, you see beings from dimensions that you can't even really fathom. All of you suffer.
Oh god. No.
27 points of psychic damage.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Seemed like a lot.
so sorry.
Oopsies. Oops whoops.
Oopsie doopsie.
Um,
Do I know what just happened,
Animus,
or did I just walk?
You have no idea.
Okay, I just walked.
You do receive a vision, though. You see this pit full of blood. and you kind of look around, and then you feel your feet leave the ground as someone throws you into this pit. And Animus, you try to struggle, you try and get your head above the blood, but you feel it entering your mouth and your nose, and even through, like, any hole you got, basically. Yeah. It enters your body, and you absorb this blood into you. And then, as you're lying there, in what looks like the Shadowfell, you let out this cacophony of screeching. And then you finish passing through the doorway.
Oh my fuck.
I have to admit, Animus, it's been a while since we've done that. I'm very proud of you.
You notice that a few of the guards, who are like lesser level demons, are like on the ground in the fetal position. Some of them, it seems as though this completely shattered their minds. Like they are not there anymore. They full on died. You see a few of the other security guards come up. They start looking around. What's going on? And Callum, you see, gentlemen, I think we had a little bit of a machine malfunction. And I think some of your friends may need some assistance. And then he immediately, Thea, he's like, "Come on, let's go."
Okay.
Okay, so he leads you guys into a side room, and he slams the door and locks it.
Did I do something?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Is everybody okay? Here, oranges, 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 and he just starts throwing fruit at you guys.
I'm
I
not
eat the orange.
quite sure what just happened.
Everyone who happily eats a slice of orange regain 5 hit points.
Hell yeah.
How much did I lose?
27. So you're still down 22.
I'm
So,
I'm
when I said that, there might be some world souls, and that it was weird that all of them were Kinkus, did we not think that our Kinku friend maybe was one of them?
No, we said what I
My
think
hunch was correct.
Hunch.
We all-
Well, the hunch was definitely right.
we said I was
Son,
one, but didn't know about the abyss.
I don't know what to tell you, but we better hope that no one important saw that.
Yikes.
That was very, very dangerous.
I didn't know.
It's okay.
Probably
Probably won't hold up in court, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not sure what happened to you, but
Animus, I need you to make one of every saving throw.
oh god.
Oh.
If you fail more than half, let me know.
Oh, I got a natural 1 for strength.
That's a fail.
And I got a 20 for dex.
That's a succeed.
I got a. Okay. I got a 17 for con.
That's a fail.
Okay. And I got a 21 for intelligence.
Success.
Oops. Oh, thank God. I got a 30 for wisdom and a 21
Success.
for charisma.
Okay.
Woof.
You begin to hear voices in the back of your mind. None of them are saying anything. It's more of like just it's like if you had tinnitus, but instead of a ringing in the ears, it was a shrieking, screaming, agony riddled shout in the ears. So that's fun.
What the fuck is going on?
But it kind of calms down, kind of level out. There's a knock on the door. Callum turns to all you. Okay, nobody say anything, and we'll be okay. Okay. Especially you. And he points to Anzu. You guys, as the door opens, you feel a blast of warm air kind of come into the room, and you hear the sounds of like birds chirping, like little sparrows and blue jays, and in walks this what looks like an elven woman, but her ears are a little bit longer, her features are sharper, and you see these two large ram horns that kind of come out and then kind of wrap a little bit. You see behind her two attendants that look like satyrs. They're carrying this long train that's coming off of her dress that she's wearing. And you see, with every step she takes, small flowers sprout from where her foot touched. And then they quickly fade away due to the magic of this world. Callum looks up and he says, "Oh, Your Honor, it's a privilege to meet you." And she looks down at him. She's about 8 feet tall. I know, Zach, big lady.
Am interested.
Zach's like, big lady? You see another satyr come up who's kind of dressed in this, like, page outfit, like an old school, or like a squire or something, and he has a small little bugle, and he goes, doo, 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 and then he puts it down. Introducing the Honorable Gardenel. It's Gardenel. Gardenel.
He's spelled one more
This is
time.
our
I was writing
judge?
it herself.
She is the judge. She's also an archfey from the Feywild. Impartial judge and all. She is the archfey of spring.
How'd you spell it again?
That is her entire job. Gardenel. Gardenel.
Okay, cool. Got it.
I spell phonetically,
Thank you.
but like most fancy writers. She looks down at Callum, and she nods gently, and she looks over at you, Zaigon, and you get the feeling she's sizing you up a little bit.
Give her a smile and say hello. Pleasure to meet you.
She bows her head slightly. She kind of looks around the room, and then she turns around and walks out. And you see the satyrs kind of are like trying to move the train so that she doesn't walk on herself, and yet they're trying to get through this doorway so that she can go through, but they're kind of like this, and then they eventually get it, and then they follow her. Okay, that was good. That was good. It was good interaction. She didn't say a word. Do you know much about Archfey? I bet you do. And he points to you, Sirius. You know a lot about Archfey?
I know, yeah.
Sirius, make a history check with advantage.
Can I make a check? Or Anzu, possibly?
Sure, I'll say that the two of you can too with your experience of the Feywild. Just a history check. You two with just normal.
I would like to add guidance if possible.
Go ahead.
12.
12. Okay.
I don't know. I got like a fucking 29 or 30.
25.
Okay. Anzu, your memory of Gardenel is Titania complaining about her all the time.
She does with most people, to be honest.
Yeah. Titania and Gardenel are Archfey. There's not a lot of familial connection, but she would be like Titania's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So Titania is the queen of the Sealy Court. Gardenel is a member of the Sealy Court, but she's kind of her own thing because she is an aspect of nature in general. So she's kind of above the courts, which makes her great to be a judge. From what you remember, Titania does not like her because Gardenel is boring in Titania's words,
Mhm.
and doesn't know what a joke is. In
So
Titania's
she's
words.
not like the other Fae where they like to joke around and shit.
She's not necessarily as mischievous as most Fae. And she is an aspect of nature, and from what you gather from Titania, she feels as though she is above the more mischievous and juvenile nature of the Fae.
Do I know her?
No, you've never met her in person. You've just heard stories from Titania.
Okay.
Titania would also always make fun of her horns and told you a story about how she got gum stuck in her Gardnell's hair and horns.
I'll put that in my back pocket.
Animus, you know this from a research perspective. Gardnell is one of the 4 aspects of nature. To druids, the 4 nature aspects are probably the most important of the Archfey. They usually have the most contact with the material plane. Often at the start of their season, they will come to the material plane just to oversee and make sure things are good. Gardnell in folklore is known to be a symbol of rejuvenation, of new life, of starting anew, things of that that are associated with the springtime, plant growth, things of that nature. She is not a god, to be very clear. She's a nature spirit, fae. She, to a normal person, she would have godlike power, but to people with your experience and your magical level, she's around a little bit higher than you. Like, if we were going to do this in levels, you guys, at, like, the level you are currently, she's, like, a level higher. But to, like, a normal person, holy cow. Cirrus. Your history does not come from stories of other Archfey. Your history does not come from reading books. Your history comes from an interaction that your clan/village has told you of that happened hundreds of years ago when they first established the colony inside the Feywild. Gardnell was the Archfey sponsor for your clan to come to the Feywild to evade persecution in the Primaterial Plane. She believed that the persecution that Tieflings faced was not justified, and she cleared an area of the Feywild and put it under her protection for you guys. She's essentially like your patron, if you were to have one. She hasn't been to the village since its founding, pretty much, but you guys sometimes give small offerings, or you hold like festivals and stuff to honor the coming of spring and things of that nature. That's why that your village is always bountiful. It is blessed by the Archfey of Spring, so it will always be a place where you guys can live. You didn't think she was real. You thought it was just a story that, grandparents tell to their grandkids to make them behave or, care. Seeing her in person, how do you think Cirrus would react?
My jaw would hit the fucking floor.
Okay. You guys see that Cirrus is kind of speechless for maybe the first time you've ever seen him. Thea, to you, his reverence that he is showing her is similar to the look and the feeling you had when you first met the Moonweaver. It is a deep connection that is almost unexplainable.
What's that look for, Sears?
Let's talk about this one later, shall we?
Yes.
She's pretty important.
You got a crush on her or something?
She's whoa no.
She big
no.
lady though. She big lady though.
She big lady, but no. So she long story short, she
It's apparently not very funny.
effectively like sponsored my little clan / village in their move from the prime material plane to the Feywild. So like she is like up here for us. She's pretty yeah. I thought she was fake. Turns out very real.
Huh. Well, you should go up there and ask for her autograph.
No, God no.
You know, come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
I'll go with you. Come on.
No.
No, come on.
Not before, maybe after.
No.
Maybe after.
So, not to interject, but just to be clear, she is... Is she familiar with you? Do you know that she knows who you are?
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if the prosecution didn't have you thrown out because of conflict of interest, then we can use that in court.
Ooh, I like the way you think, Mr. Bell.
I think the judge will use you as a character witness for Zaigon, because if the judge has already technically sponsored your whole existence, then she's gotta side with you, or at least consider your opinion.
Actually, sir, if I may interject, the judge is my best friend's underling. Kind of.
Will you elaborate on that, please?
Underling?
Yes, my best friend, Titania, we used to go on adventures and kill people together. Titania, from my understanding, is her boss. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe I could call in a favor, yes?
I don't want to involve any more Archfey than already are.
Maybe we could convince her to bring us some cheeses from the springtime.
Ooh,
Springtime cheeses.
springtime
Yes.
cheeses.
Brie, I hear Brie is a great cheese. in
Feywild Brie is so good, so good.
Oh, fantastic! It really is.
Seriously, I envy you for growing up with the different styles of fruits and cheeses that they have in the Feywild. Something
Mostly Brie, though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'd like to think that Cirrus can, in fact, enjoy dairy.
Yeah, so would I.
Yes, I
Yeah.
wish you could.
And tree nuts.
Oof.
That would
Really?
be cool.
You're not missing much with tree nuts, man. Let me tell you.
Trees are
If
pretty
I could
solid.
eat tree nuts, I'd go vegan. So there's that.
Yeah. There's so many nuts in vegan food.
Yes, there is. I haven't
Yeah.
done it.
I put cashews in everything, and so I'm like afraid now because I'm like,
Ugh.
I don't know if I can, like do that.
A little while passes as Callum is kind of going over his notes. Alright, so just as a reminder, there will be opening statements from each side, and then the prosecution will call its witnesses. If they don't call people that we want to call, once they rest, we'll call our witnesses.
Alright.
I don't want to keep going while Brady is gone.
Take the night's break real quick.
So I think we will take our break here a little bit earlier than normal. Okay, welcome
Back to the
everybody.
Cowboys.
Cowboys suck!
Up the Cowboys!
Enjoy watching the Pro Bowl again, Cowboys fans.
Pro Bowl!
We probably got 2 people.
That's like the most exciting game of the season, right? That's like the end one, right?
I actually do enjoy
It's the
what
big
they've
one. It's got all the best players in it.
It's literally called Pro. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
They're all professionals.
I do like, side note, I like the change they made where they like play dodgeball and stuff. I think that's so much more
They
fun
play
to watch.
dodgeball? What the fuck?
They changed the
Yeah,
Pro
they have,
Bowl
like,
to a celebration.
Like the
event.
NBA kind of.
Yeah.
Like
The NBA got
contests
fucking-
and all that.
It's pretty cool. It's like there's a catch contest. Anyway,
Or
it's fun.
celebrity game? Does Kevin Hart
Not
play
Like
football?
yet.
Trubisky was there one time. It was great.
Yeah. Okay, back to D&D. So you guys wait for a little bit longer, and then you hear another knock on the door. Callum opens it. You see a large, what looks like a giant gorilla, and he says, "The court is ready."
What is it? A bull? A bull?
A bulwark? No.
I don't remember the last part of that. It's bull something, I thought.
Bullshit. Got
Oh!
Let's go.
Got him.
Got him.
That's our D&D stream. Thanks very much for watching.
That's
Hope
the
you guys
last
enjoyed.
one. We have to end on the best joke we've ever made.
I think that was the your mom joke. And the crazy.
The one that you didn't get until 18 minutes later.
That's why it's
Yeah,
the
you know, right in the middle of my character's major development. It was great.
To be fair, we were sandboarding down to your major development. We hadn't quite gotten there yet.
To be fair, it was a fucking solid your mom joke.
It was.
It was
one of the best.
I laughed.
Caleb laughed like 2
They're
days later.
called
It was great.
Barlgura.
Balgura, okay.
Ball gorillas.
All balls gorilla.
They look like this.
Jesus.
Oh, they're
giant
blue
gorilla.
gorilla.
Yeah.
I think they
giant gorilla
just
demon.
typed it.
Yeah.
He didn't see the light till he was a man.
And then all I thought it was blinding. Legitimately, not a great movie, but I love Bane. I think that Tom Hardy is awesome as Bane.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
That's a character in a movie.
That was the whole thing. Have you not? Never mind.
Fuck no, I have. I
You don't watch movies, I know.
don't watch. I fucking watch sports. That's what I do.
Which sometimes are more scripted than movies.
Yeah, like Chiefs
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
Matt Stafford just fell down.
No.
No.
he just fell.
Call
Well,
AARP.
he hiked the ball and was going back and like tripped over himself and fell.
He's
and
playing in a dome. Like, that's...
But is it a
There's no
butt
ice.
fumble?
It's not the butt fumble. That is a good one, though. Okay. We're very, like, attention everywhere right now. I
Going
apologize.
to court.
Um,
We're going to court,
We're going to
guys.
court. All right, so Callum's like, all right, so I am the chief defense attorney. Here's my co-counsel, Mr. Anzu Zook. We're not okay. And his assistant, Animus.
That's it.
We are the legal team of Zaigon. Roost.
I'll mutter under my breath, "Dream team."
Dreams can be nightmares. And then he follows behind Thea. You realize you're the only one. Oh wait, Cirrus is also here. You and Cirrus realize, the heck just happened? They're gone. You see a slim woman. You see like bone protruding out of like her cheeks, like just underneath her eyes where her eyelids would be. You see like spikes, like bone spikes coming out of her chin. You see bone spikes coming out of her, out of the backs of her elbows. And you see her, if you would like to spectate, please follow me. So the two of you go behind her. This is a bone devil, just for those of you who are keeping track. Yeah, those are a thing. I do not like bone devils. They freak me out.
Are bones their money?
Bones are their weapons.
And their money.
And their money.
What the fuck is this?
It's a bone devil.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, bone devils are really freaky. Let me see if I can, for reference for everybody.
It's like a scorpion looking.
Bone devils!
Ugh.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gross.
They look like xenomorphs.
They're gross.
Okay.
It looks like
Yeah.
Alien and Chimera had a baby.
Yeah, it's very like body horror in kind of a weird way.
It's like something you'd see out of Hellraiser if they had more
Yeah,
monsters.
it is very Hellraiser-y, yeah. So Thea and Cirrus, you guys are led into the seating area. You see, both of you make perception checks for me.
Natural 20.
Okay.
So, 38.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay. Cirrus, you're kind of just like freaked out by the bone lady. Tia, you begin to look around and you notice a few familiar faces, albeit now kind of disfigured or somehow morphed. You see former enemies in the audience, the druids that you guys fought in your very first adventure together.
No
You see a
way.
few of them. You see some gnolls. You see a few of the students that were sacrificed at the school that you guys were unable to save. It's like a greatest hits of all the people that your group has killed or failed.
I'm gonna give Cran the bird.
He's not there.
Oh, okay.
This one's for you, Cran.
Wherever you are. Callum and the rest of you are led into a side room that connects to the courtroom. See Callum takes off his trench coat and he hangs it up, and then you see him pull from his briefcase a powdered wig. You see he kind of adjusts it.
Is that necessary?
Unfortunately, it is very necessary. The Abyss, they like their pageantry. So, Mrs. Bow says I look great in it, though. So, sometimes I wear it around the house.
The Feywild like their pageantry too. It's crazy how some things can be so alike and so different at the same time.
Well, exactly, Animus. The pageantry of the Feywild is flowers and scarves. The pageantry of the Abyss is entrails and surprisingly scarves.
I did notice
sometimes
an odd amount of scarves
It
when I
gets
was
cold
walking
in the Abyss sometimes.
Yeah, that whole
And
like
some of the non-fire producing demons and devils need to stay warm.
the whole like lake of fire and freezing lake, you know.
It's a lot of contradictions in the Abyss. Oh, also, I should have told you all of this. Do not leave this courthouse until the case is over.
What'll
You'll go into the maze of shrieking souls, or the labyrinth of moaning souls, or the pit of despair. Don't want to go into the pit of despair.
Owning souls doesn't sound too good.
No, it doesn't
Well,
sound.
it's not. It's run by Grazit, so you know what kind of souls, what kind of moaning. It gets a little disturbing sometimes.
Even
You
better.
hear, surprisingly, you hear a lot of animals. Yeah. Anyway, so here's how this is gonna go. Anzu and Animus, you are mainly here to show that we have strength and are unified. You do not talk.
Yes, sir.
I am just an apprentice to him.
Actually, Animus, I've seen you take notes. You take notes.
Okay, I'll take notes.
Anzu,
Yes, sir.
no talk.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna talk.
It's probably gonna be great when he talks too. Gonna be good stuff.
All right. This should be over in a day or two. Maybe less, maybe more. Depends. Okay, here we go. So the door opens and you guys walk out. You're seated, Callum, and then the three of you on the right of the desk, and then Zaigon on the left to where you're interior to the aisle. You then see sitting at the other table. You see Kip and Quintoris. You see Quintoris has a small folder that he's kind of rifling through. He closes it. He turns over to you and he says, you know, if all of this goes bad and you get sent to the fiery depths of the hells, here's my card. And he hands you his business card.
What does it look like?
Standard business card. Actually pretty boring. Just has his name on the front, and then you see that he ran out of space on the front for all of his names, so then it goes onto the back, so you have to read it, and then you flip it.
I'd like to flip it and be like, oh, that's kind of disappointing.
Oh! And then you see it goes, and it kind of like burns on the edges, but it doesn't like burn. There's just like fire licking the edges. How's that?
That tracks. That's much better.
I'm on brand, if nothing else.
I'd like to pat it out.
Goes back to a normal business card. Cirrus, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck. An 11.
Okay. This wasn't a hard check. Something very weird is happening. You know where Gardanelle is. You just know instinctively where she is. You don't know if this is because of your ranger abilities. You don't know if it's like because of where you were raised. But you like know where she is. And you know, like, what, like, mental state she is in, what, like, physical state she is in. She seems calm. She seems in control. You also get the faint, like, wash of, like, her making sure that she knows, like, what the parameters of her power are, while she is presiding over the court.
Do I know? I don't know where she is, you said?
You know where she is, yeah. She's in a room behind the courtroom. You just passively know where she is and know the fastest way to get to her.
Do I have an inkling to go find
No.
her? Or okay.
No, it's just like a...
I just know where she is.
Yeah, you're just aware. Your awareness of her is bigger now.
Do I know if that's like a her thing or if it's connected to like her being a patron?
Make a history check.
No. I got like a 7.
You know, when they were telling you the stories of this archfey, you were like, just bedtime stories. Who cares? You do get the sense, though, that if something were to happen to her, it would affect your home.
Okay.
All right. You guys see these large double doors open as Gardanelle steps out. You see she actually has to like duck down underneath the door frame because big lady. And she goes up to the seat that has been designated for her judgeship. You then see one of her satyr attendants come out, and he undoes a scroll. You see a small piece of metal come out of his mouth. Oh, I am so sorry. That was my lunch.
What creature is this?
He's a satyr.
Okay.
They eat metal cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. The case between Zaigon and Princes of the Abyss, Crescent, and Fresno Blue, overseen by the aspect of Spring Cardinal, is now inside. And then he closes it, runs off. You see the large gorilla-like creature that came and got you for the court. You see him kind of standing where the bailiff would normally be, kind of making sure, you know, things don't get too out of hand. Thea, you do notice that multiple people watching have already got their Rotten Tomatoes and like their lettuce and are ready to chuck it if need arises, or if they just feel like it. You see Dardanelle bangs the gavel, and then the bailiff says, "The defense will now give its opening statement." You see Callum stand up. He kind of adjusts his coat. He says, "Your Honor, this case is one that is full of holes and false promises, and through this case I hope to show you where my client has fulfilled his end of the contract, but the prosecutors have not." And then you see him step back down. Okay, that part's over. You then see Quintoris kind of adjusting. He checks himself in a hand mirror one last time before he gets up. He kind of straightens out his goatee a little bit. "Your Honor, this case is simple, really. My clients gave Zaigon great and immense power in exchange for something very, very trifling. And upon completion, they were ready to let him back to his life. But he decided to go another way. And in that course of action, he violated his contract, as I will show quite succinctly." You see him sit back down. The judge nods to both sides. The bailiff then says, "The prosecution will call its first witness." The prosecutor stands back up. "The prosecution requests that Animus be called to the witness stand." You see Callum immediately stands up. "We object to that witness being called on the grounds that he is a part of the legal counsel, and as such has been privy to private conversations between client and counsel, and would in fact have privileged information." You then see Quintoris respond, "Well, I don't believe that a relationship that has been forged over a year and a half is privileged. I also believe that this apprenticeship that Animus entered into mere hours ago does not warrant privilege." You then see the judge kind of steeple and begin to think, almost as if she's like reviewing.
Can I look over to Callum?
Her law.
Callum, can I object to that?
What's your objection? What's your objection?
My objection is not that I entered into this hours ago for no reason other than to save myself, but because I have extensive knowledge of multiple different planes of existence, and I have studied some abyssal law in my past due to that knowledge. Which is why I was in the...
That's not gonna work. Just let me...
What about the Baylor thing? What about the Baylor thing?
Yeah, that's our ace. That's our ace.
Okay, yeah, yep.
You see the judge ponders, and her voice as you hear it, it's like the sound of a breeze blowing over a hill. You hear, yeah, the room almost gets like warmer. You see everyone's kind of emotions kind of die down for a bit, and everyone kind of chills out for a sec. The prosecution makes a very compelling argument to remove immunity protections. Unless the defense has any other information, I will require Animus to take the stand. You see Quintoris kind of looking a little bit proud of himself, and then Callum stands up. Your Honor, we did not have to mention this on the account of the sensitive nature of the goings-on in the Abyss at this time, but my Animus is contracted by a bailior that is currently in dispute with one of the princes, and we believe that it would be a conflict of interest.
Ha ha ha. I don't do that.
Animus, since you're the one being called to the stand,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Fuck yeah, advantage. Boom, baby. That's not good.
That's Caleb.
12.
12. Okay.
I rolled a 7 and a 9. No. I had 2 best sets of dice I own too. I brought them out for
See
this.
the judge once again.
Can I add guidance to that, or am I too late on that?
You already rolled.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Given this information, I am to agree with the defense. Animus will not be called to the stand on the account of a conflict of interest. Prosecutor, please continue with your witnesses. You see Quintoris a little thrown off, but he collects himself for a second. Very well, Your Honor. We wish to call Cirrus to the stand, please. We don't believe he would have a conflict of interest. You see, Cirrus, the summoning pendant that you were given since you were on the witness list, flashes, and then you're in the chair. Now your perspective has shifted from watching the case to being in the case. You see the gorilla demon hold out what looks like some sort of tome. And you do you know Infernal?
I think so. Hold on.
I would like to scribble something down that doesn't mean anything. I'm just scribbling on a piece of paper and then push it over to my lawyers.
I do know Infernal.
I'd like to scribble under his scribble, and I'd like to push that over to Anzu.
The note says, "Do you have any fours?"
Anzu scribbles back, "Go fish."
Go fish.
I do know Infernal.
Okay. This is a tome of curses, torture methods, and other lovely things that all demons should know. Place your right hand on the book, please. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you're good. And he puts the book away. You see Quintoris come up. And this courtroom is very much similar to how courtrooms are on television. In real life, you can't go into the well, all that fun stuff. But anyway, he comes up to you, Cirrus, and he says, please, Cirrus, if you would, tell me your first impressions of Zaigon.
Is there a microphone in front of me, Jacob?
There's not a microphone, but a thaumaturgy spell has been cast in order for people in the courtroom to hear you.
Okay. For my first impressions of Zaigon, he was rather intimidating. But as I got to know him, he's still a little intimidating.
Okay. And why would you say he's intimidating to you? A strapping young man, a ranger of your caliber? Why is Zaigon intimidating to you?
He honestly is the eye patch. The eye patch kind of threw me off.
And this was the eye patch that he acquired through theft, correct?
I do not know how he acquired the eye patch. I met him when he had the eye patch. He already had the eye patch when I met him. You get it.
Serious, did Zaigon ever discuss with you locating world souls for a specific purpose?
No.
He didn't. Are you aware that part of his contract states that he must find the abyssal world soul, and that he must find heroes in order to help him in this mission?
I don't remember exactly what the contract said, but that is in line with it, I would say.
Yes. So, he has known you for some time now, and he has never mentioned finding a world soul to you at all.
No, not that I recall.
Interesting. Well, Sirius, one more question. You are a ranger, correct? And in ranger ability, you are able to size people up quickly, correct?
I would say so, yeah.
And you've already stated previously that you find Zaigon intimidating because of his eye patch.
He's a little intimidating, but I know him better, and I'm less intimidated by him.
But your initial impression was intimidating, yes?
Somewhat, yeah. He exudes a little bit of power. This aura of power.
Did this perhaps make you not want to travel with him?
No. No.
Interesting. Are you afraid of Zaigon?
Afraid? No. Nah.
Were you afraid of him when you first met him?
I wouldn't say afraid, no.
What would you say?
Intimidated.
Okay. Well. Is it true that you were a part of the group that traveled with Zaigon and that ultimately culminated in him forming a new pact?
I do travel with Zaigon quite frequently, yeah.
And did he ever seem reluctant or hesitant to accept this new pact, in your assumption, being as how you were so good at reading others?
I mean, he certainly thought about it for a minute.
Did he ever vocalize any misgivings?
Misgivings?
Yes, did he ever express his potential thoughts that he shouldn't accept this new pact?
Not that I recall. No, I mean he thought about it. He weighed pros and cons. You know?
And ultimately, he concluded that it would be a benefit for him to create a new pact.
It would benefit. Yes.
Very well. No more questions, Your Honor. Thank you, sis.
No. Thank you.
Kind of throws him off a bit. He's like, thank you, yes. He
Thank
walks
you.
up. Callum gets up, and you see him walk over, kind of. So, you've known Zaigon for how long?
Ooh. It's been a good handful of months. You know, Fae time, time I live in now, it's all wonky.
And
But
how many people in the prime material plane you met prior to meeting Zaigon?
Not many. A couple.
Would you say that he is the most intimidating person that you initially met?
Are we talking first impressions?
I'm just, first people you met. Was he the only one that you found intimidating?
The only one? No.
No. So you found, let's, for an example, did Thea, who is in the audience, did you find her intimidating?
Yes.
Did you find Mr. Zook intimidating?
A little less so.
But still some.
I was wary of him.
Okay. And Animus, did you find him intimidating?
Yes.
So, you found all of the friends and adventuring party that you've been a part of intimidating in some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Talking about this new pact being formed, you mentioned that Zaigon kind of thought about it a little bit, but then he came to this conclusion.
Yeah, he took some time to think about it.
He took some time. Isn't it true that you, along with your other compatriots and Zaigon, experience memories that had been repressed by the former pact holders?
Oh, yeah, we went through a little weird little memory adventure thing.
And can you recall for me what the memory was that you experienced?
The one I experienced?
Yes.
I was his father, I believe.
Okay. And in this memory, you took the role of his father and was crushed by a beam, and then ultimately he lost his entire family during this ordeal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, what you're saying is that Zaigon had to re-experience anew multiple traumas in the span of minutes, say maybe even an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing, and then I'll let you. In your experience, do you believe Zaigon to be a hero?
I would say he's a hero to some people. Yeah.
A hero to some?
Yeah. We. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have no more questions, Your Honor. This witness can be dismissed. Serious, you. And then you're back in the audience, right next to Thea.
I'm gonna look over to Zaigon and go to shake his hand. Then I go over to Anzu and then turn the other way and shake Anzu's hand as well. Good witness.
Good witness.
Good job.
Yeah. Well. Do you have any fives?
You then see Quintoris stand up once more. Your Honor, we wish to call Thea to the stand. And you see Callum stand up. Your Honor, we object and would like Thea's testimony to be completely thrown out of the courtroom. She is a cleric of the Moonweaver and as such holds an adversarial position against Zaigon prior to this court case and therefore would be prejudicial to my client. You then see Quintoris respond. He says, "Well, Your Honor, the last time I checked, the Moonweaver is not in direct opposition to Lords Frazzle Blue or Lord Grazit. And as such, this idea that somehow, by her being the virtue of a cleric, that she is somehow at odds and would be barred from even testifying, well, if that were the case, then all clerics could be barred. You see the judge kind of begins to think about this. Thea, I need you to make a persuasion roll.
I'd like to use a lucky on whatever Jacob just rolled.
So scared.
Can you do that?
I don't know if you can make the DM roll again.
I think it's... Is it any rolls? Yeah, it's any rolls.
I think so.
If you would like, you don't know what I'm rolling for, but if you would like...
I know, but...
I sure rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Did you
No.
read Jacob's face well enough?
I
The
think it was a bad roll.
judge... While I do agree that there could be certain aspects that are prejudicial between a cleric and a warlock of the demon princes, I believe that Thea shall be allowed to testify. However,
Checked.
if the prosecution brings up any questions regarding her deity or adversaries of such deity, those testimony will be thrown out. You see Callum kind of rub his forehead. Your Honor, I would like the record to show that I object to this witness being called in case of appeal. She nods. The stenographer records. Very well, Your Honor. I would like Thea to be called to the stand, please. And then Thea appears on the stand. The girl of the demon comes over. Please put your right hand on the book. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, she good. Walks back over. Hello, Thea. What is your relationship with Zaigon?
He's a member of my adventuring party, member of my guild.
Would you count him as a friend?
I would say when I need him most, yeah.
Do you believe that friends allow other friends to be sucked into demonic temples? And you see Callum stand up. I object. On the grounds of this is an adversary of her deity. The judge agrees. Sustained. You see Quintoris kind of... Do you believe that friends put other friends knowingly in harm's way? Or should they, rather?
No, but I've been put in harm's way with every single member of this group. And I've also
Due to their direct action?
Yeah. They've all made questionable choices, and I've made questionable choices.
And is it true that one of these questionable choices led to traumatic consequences?
If you're vaguely referring to the time I got sucked into a demonic pit again.
You see Cal immediately puts his hands on his head. Oh.
I don't know that you're
Yes,
supposed to do that.
I am referring to such matter. Would you please elaborate on that?
No.
It's good. This is good.
This is good. This is good. Yes.
So, you were sucked into a torturous hell pit. Is that how you put it?
Not gonna elaborate any further on that.
Your Honor, I would like to treat this witness as hostile.
Oh, shit.
You see the judge contemplates for a second. She turns to you. Thea, you must answer the prosecution's questions.
Is he not vaguely skirting around the thing that we're not supposed to be talking about? That is a conflict of interest.
I am keeping that in mind. And if things develop in that way, I will have the testimony thrown out. Alright, I'm going to ask the question again. Were you dragged into a torturous hell hole, or hell portal, or a hell-adjacent thing?
Unfortunately, yes.
And was this due to Zaigon?
Unintentionally, I believe so.
And what caused Zaigon to take this action? To your knowledge.
He built a sandcastle, and I defaced it, and
Like to wipe a tear.
destroyed it.
Mm.
Can I lean over to Callum real quick?
Sure.
Callum, this is directly now interfering with the fact that she said that they weren't supposed to talk about the whole temple thing, and this is the exact conversation they're having now.
He waves you down for a sec. And through the course of you defacing a sandcastle, Zaigon, whether knowingly or not, got you sucked into a bad situation, correct?
I'm gonna visibly roll my eyes. And I'm gonna look at the judge. Are you really letting this happen right now?
Please answer the question.
Yes, but personally, I think intention does have a lot to do with it.
Did he show remorse for this action once you were free?
I believe so. He's one of the he was one of the people who helped me out of it.
We'll put a pin in that for further questioning. So Thea, is it true that Zaigon and you have an adversarial relationship? Or at least have in the past?
Yeah, we give each other a lot of shit.
And would you elaborate on that?
I think our natures are very different, and our perspectives on a lot of things are very different, and so we butt heads a lot.
If you were to meet Zaigon today for the first time, would you have joined the adventuring party he is with?
Today, I'm a very different person than I was, and yes, I would have.
Do you wish you hadn't?
No.
Interesting. Did Zaigon ever discuss with you finding world souls?
We've all discussed it.
Has he ever directly asked you?
I'm sure at some point.
But you can't recall an interaction?
I mean, I've known him for a long time. We've done a whole lot of things. If I remembered a single conversation in explicit detail, I would be very surprised. but we have all spoken about world souls with him.
Have you and Zaigon ever specifically tried to locate the Abyssal World Soul?
Specifically the Abyssal one, no. But
Are you aware
figure
of his
out who-
contract?
I was aware he had a contract. I didn't know the specifics of it until recently, and neither did he.
Interesting. Well, I believe I have one more question. Do you believe that Zaigon was actively looking for the Abyssal World Soul?
Yes.
But is there any evidence to support that? I've done quite a lot of digging. I've never met anyone who has ever said that they have had conversations with Zaigon about the Abyssal World Souls. And you also just testified that you haven't specifically spoken of it.
We've been looking for all of the world souls. So why would that not be included?
No further questions, Your Honor.
We're not going to go back to that pin?
Oh, that's not for you. That's a pin for someone else. Callum steps out.
Before he does, I'd like to write down another note.
Okay.
Saved her siblings, got stabbed, underline.
He reads it. He goes, puts it back down. I'd like to formally apologize for the conduct of the prosecutor. And on behalf of this court, I would like to say sorry for the callousness and the utter rude nature of what was just experienced. I have just a few questions. Did you know that the temple that you got unfortunately trapped in was dangerous when you first saw it?
No.
Do you believe Zaigon did? Okay. Do you believe that if Zaigon knew of the danger of the temple, he would have allowed you to get trapped?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it true that Zaigon risked his life to save the lives of your family members?
Several times.
Several times? Several times. And is it also true that Zaigon himself has fought side by side with you and saved your life multiple times?
Yes.
And to address the pen, were you aware of the demon Narganiz's existence prior to his torture?
No.
No. And is it true that he is a known adversary of the Moonweaver?
Yes.
So what you're telling me is a cleric of the Moonweaver didn't know who Narganize was. So my client, who had his memories stolen from him, was supposed to know. Is that what the prosecution wishes for us to believe? Don't worry, you don't have to answer. One final question, Thea. Have you seen a change in Zaigon's personality as of late since his new contract was formed? Does he seem to be more conscious of what is going on around him and more proactive?
I would say so. At least a little.
No further questions. Once again, I apologize for the misbehavior of the prosecution. And then you see Thea appears back in the audience. Thea and Cirrus make perception checks. He finally rolled good.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Very good. My hand hurts, bro. Fuck me.
Are you actually
32.
taking notes?
I'm writing everything down,
Of course he is.
What do you mean am I
I love
actually...
when Caleb hyperfixates on our D&D sessions.
Dude, I have 4 pages done already throughout the 2 questioning sessions.
Thea, what did you get?
32.
Okay. Oh, man, my throat's going dry from all this talking. And having to switch voices. You both hear murmuring in the crowd, and remember, this is people that do not like you at all. You know, that was a good point. Yeah, maybe he isn't such a bad guy. You get the idea that the sentiment is kind of turning.
Question.
Mhm.
Do I see... I know Narganize was on that witness list. Is he in the crowd?
He is not. He is not.
You look over to your right, and he's just sitting there staring at you.
He's in the corner, and he's always been staring at you.
No.
He's just
Rolling.
hanging from the ceiling like a
It's like
bat.
the Babadook.
No, not the Babadook.
Love the Babadook.
Good movie.
Duke, Duke, Duke.
Yeah, it could be like Mo and Animus.
Yeah, for real, dude. I need to go check on Mo, see how he's doing. It's only been a couple
don't know
weeks.
about-
Well, I did drop him at a temple, so hopefully he's not stringing people up in a net
There we
and trying to kill them due to the...
I'm sure you guys would
demons
have
and
heard
disease.
about it.
And
Okay.
honestly, it hasn't even been that long since we have parted ways, like only a few weeks, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call Sophocles to the stand. She nods. You see Soph appear in the courtroom. This is going to be fun for me. Mr. Sophocles, thank you for being here on such short notice. And it seems as though he kind of waits for a laugh. No one laughs. He then kind of continues. How is it that you met Zaigon? And Soph has a glass in his hand that he was cleaning.
No.
Sets it down. Well, I applied for a job as a bartender at the Flagon Slayers, and I met Zaigon on my interview day. Prosecutor. And what was your first impression of Zaigon? So this. He did not talk much, and he seemed sick. But he was very clear about waxing his pole. And you see a bunch of the crowd go. And to clarify, there is a brass pole in our guild hall that I wax routinely, and now we have some of our kobolds wax in order to keep it shining for Mr. Zaigon. Everybody in the crowd kind of goes, I thought he meant penis.
What does Grazit have to say about that?
Grasset's disappointed. He's a little disappointed. You see him go,
Damn.
So, do you remember the first regular interaction you had with Zaigon? So, to be completely honest, no. And again, to be completely honest, I didn't really think much of Zaigon when I first met him. And when we had our first interaction, he was a quiet member of the group, and like I said, he seemed very sick. So I thought he perhaps didn't like conversation that much. You see, Anzu and Animus, make perception checks for me.
I would like to add
Actually,
guidance.
insight checks. Insight checks.
I'd like to add guidance to this one.
Okay.
Is that insight?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
17.
17. You both notice that Quintoris is beginning to... He's beginning to lose faith in his case a little bit.
What a bitch.
In our recorded statements that you took, you said that Zaigon engaged in some sort of money laundering of some sort. And so it says, I would like to state on the record that we do not engage in money laundering. And what I said was that we converted our money into assets, like my friend Ganesh's melon farm and our thriving brewery business. Zaigon, along with the other members of the guild, financed these, and as such, it is all on record. We do not engage in money laundering. And Quintoris, well, it says in your statement that you acquired money that the group had stolen, and then hid it in the in this melon farm.
Would I be able to do an objection? Because it has no
you're a
relevance to the
lawyer,
case.
You're a lawyer. You can do an objection if you wish.
Objection, Your Honor. No relevance to the case.
She thinks for a minute.
Yes. Yes.
I will allow it. Please, counselor, maintain our course.
I turn and I give Zaigon a handshake, and then I turn and I give Anzu a handshake, and then I pass a note that says, "Do you have any kings?"
I like to think you're playing it under the table, so you're like all passing cards
100%.
blindly. You have no idea.
We all just have like someone finally wins.
Like a
you
choker.
put it out.
Got the ad card. Like
You're like, I've got to run, and it's like a 7, 2 kings, and like a fucking 5 or something.
Your Honor, I am merely trying to establish that Zaigon participates in illegal activities that do not further his contract's goal. And then, you see Count, I request a sidebar. The judge says, please approach. You see them all three talking. And you see Quintoris, like, visibly getting angry. You see his red, devilish skin getting even more red. You see the judge peacefully kind of arbitrating between these two. Callum, the sidebar breaks and Callum comes back over. We're going to file for a mistrial.
Oh, that's not good though. That means we have to go to a new trial, right?
Oh.
Well, in Abyssal law, it means that you gotta resolve it in other ways.
Aren't we winning this trial though? It sounds.
We are. But here's what I'm thinking, right? Okay, so if we file for a mistrial, they're not gonna take it. That's not gonna happen. But it's gonna make him so mad that he'll slip up.
What if they do take it?
Oh, they won't. No. Plus, I'm gonna rip this apart.
Wait, hold on, Callum. What if I'm the one who files for mistrial, because then they definitely won't take it. If you do it, they consider it.
No, you're
What about Anzu?
You're not a lawyer, you can't. Anzu can write it up, but he doesn't know the language to use.
Anzu, just walk up there and say that you're doing something for a mistrial.
You're scheduling a
Flag on the play, mistrial.
Caleb, no words. Animus
15-yard
smarter
penalty.
than Caleb.
15-yard penalty,
Animus.
automatic, first down.
See, I watch football. I know what's
You
going
know
on.
at least a little bit, yeah.
I know they play with a round ball.
Aren't all balls round?
I would say a football is more like oblong.
I don't know. I don't think all balls are round.
So, Callum gets up. Your Honor, we would like to request a mistrial by order of the conduct of the prosecution. And you see Quintoris literally explode. Fire shoots out of his body. Kind of like Hades in Hercules. In the Disney Hercules. Great movie. Anyway, that is completely and utterly ridiculous. I have acted within the bounds of this court. The judge, these gentlemen, we will take a brief recess where you two will join me in my chambers. If we declare a mistrial, the bailiff will report. You see, Callum, I got him exactly where I want him.
So sure.
So, while they're adjourned for recess, you guys are brought back into the small chamber that you guys were allowed in. Animus,
Woo! Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Man, I haven't felt like this since college when I'm writing down with like a fast-speaking professor.
You didn't fucking take notes in college.
Oh, yes, I did.
I saw him.
I still have my
copious
notebooks.
notes, dude. He took so many notes that people asked him for like study guides sometimes.
Oh,
Like,
what a fucking nerd.
It turns. The tables turn. Oh,
how
yeah,
the
you're
turntables.
a dumbass who doesn't take notes. Oh, wait, never mind. You're just a nerd who takes
You're
notes.
just a loser.
what
That's
am
all you are.
I actually don't remember. The film major people will understand this. How big was your Paxton flashcard font?
What the fuck did you
So
just
small. So small.
So small. Did you have to take legal with Paxton?
Yeah, media law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Caleb?
Oh, yeah. Holy
Yeah.
fuck. I need to find that, dude. I got a note.
Paxton, our professor, let us take one note card to our final that we could write all the notes for the entire class on. And, like, people
That's
had
called cheating.
font that was like this big. I don't know.
He said
Paxton
you could.
wanted to
He
buff his
said you could
numbers.
have a note card with as much information as you can fit on it, and I literally sat there with like I kept sharpening a pencil and I'd just write like the
as
smallest
small
words.
as you
Of course you did.
And
Yeah.
then after I finished that, I turned it sideways because I'd written in black, and I wrote over the black in blue, so I could read the blue writing over the black and the black writing over the
Dude's a
blue.
regular Sherlock Holmes over here.
What am I rolling?
Fucking study.
What am I
You're a
rolling?
normal student.
I did. I actually didn't even fill up the whole note card because I had already gotten to a point where I knew all the information.
But
I
you
needed.
used two. Anyway.
Well, that one was hard because it was all court cases.
It was all court. I wasn't good at. I wasn't great with
There's
remembering
a lot of
law.
media law. Which
Remember,
is
Caleb memory not
crunchy.
good. Caleb memory not
See,
good.
I took sport law, so we talked about like Title IX and shit.
Yeah, you had to
that was
guess.
fun.
You had
That
to
was
guess
fun.
how many points Michael Jordan made in the finals.
We talked about Sinatra and boots are made for walking and shit.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yep. Child court
Okay.
cases.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Court
A
cases
lot of, like,
against
legal stuff
pornography
that
and
established-
magazines.
Yeah, that was super fun. That's a really fun case. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever, they made a movie out of it. Really good movie too. All right,
I need to talk to Anzu before they get back from their recess.
back to D&D.
What am I rolling?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, saving. So no guidance. Hold your horses.
My horses are held.
18? Question mark?
18. Your arm begins to kind of burn a little bit.
Oh god.
And you get this feeling that your patron may be getting closer.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right. That's
Anzu.
all.
Anzu.
Yes, hello. And
You make me a business card quickly.
I suppose I'll get out my tinker tools and go to town.
He has a small little tiny printer that prints only business cards.
Thank you. I'll just take the one. Thank you.
But it's like a Gutenberg press, so it's like he has to put in the typeface and make sure the ink's right, and yeah.
Love it.
What do you want the card to say, Zaigon?
You got zooked.
Ooh, he's gonna just make those.
You got ziggity zooked.
Ooh, because that's his legal name.
And then just Anzu Zook, attorney at law.
Esquire, Anzu Zook, Esquire, attorney at law.
Yes.
It fits on one side. You don't have to. You have space on the back. Do you guys want to put anything on the back?
It's up to the Anzu.
Anzu, do you want to put anything on the back of your lawyer business cards?
I want to put the Flagon Slayers logo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to put me flipping them off, but I'm missing my index finger.
Okay. Okay. You do so. It looks amazing. Actually, make a tinkering check for me, which you'll just add your intelligence.
Getting a refill.
My intelligence, that is 23.
23. This is one of the finest print jobs you have ever seen on a business card. It's like glossy and hollow foil. It looks like a Pokemon, like a rainbow foil Pokemon card. It looks absolutely beautiful. And
I take one look at it and drop it like Christian Bale.
Nice. You hear a banging on the door. The court is back in session. You guys are walked back in. I'll wait for Caleb to get back because he's taking so many notes. I don't want him to have a miss.
He's editing the VOD.
Hi, edit. So Caleb, while you're gone, hi, future editing Caleb. I know sometimes I make fun of you, and we all do, to be completely fair. But you're doing a good job.
Don't give him that much praise.
But it's future Caleb. I'm sure he's better than present Caleb. Okay, there we go.
Welcome back.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, he had his headset on. He heard it all.
He didn't have his headset on. He just put it on, didn't he?
God damn it! Something happened.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
I'll
Nothing
laugh
happened.
with you guys.
We'll do
Come
it
on.
to us.
Editing Caleb knows what happened as we
Oh,
are talking
son
to
of a
him
bitch,
right now. Because time is crazy weird, right? So, hi, editing Caleb. Welcome back. This is where you can cut back in, okay?
Writing a note.
You guys have been asked back into the courtroom.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on.
You guys all sit down. The judge comes back in. She looks down on all of you. It is the opinion of this court that a mistrial will not be given. However, counsel will be more restricted in their questioning on both sides, and questioning must pertain to this case and the character of the defendant. Nothing to do with actions taken outside of this case, and nothing to do with actions taken by others in relation to the defendant. You see both of the attorneys nod. Callum sits down. They're gonna have to remodel the judge's quarters. He lit up like a Roman candle. Oh, whatever Rome is, it's an old place. Mrs. Bow and I went there for vacation one year. Oh, Not worth it. Anyway, Soph is still on the stand.
Was he just sitting there the entire time they were on a recess?
No, he was in another chamber.
Cleaning his glass.
He's like,
That's gonna
It's
be
like,
the
gotta be my
cleanest fucking glass we're gonna ever have. We're gonna have to put it in a case.
You see the prosecutor. No further questions, Your Honor. You see Callum stand up. So, Mr. Soph, I'd like to just ask real quick. You and Zaigon on good working terms? So says, I value him as one of my friends. I believe he is a good man who wants to make sure that we all succeed in some way. Callum says, no further questions, Your Honor. And Soph disappears. You see Quintoris begin to kind of flip through his witness list. And as you guys have seen this witness list, you begin to realize that most of the people that he talked to had nothing to do with Zaigon's contract and had everything to do with discretionary things that Zaigon did. Nothing that pertains to the contract. It seems as though his case was to character assassinate Zaigon. And that was his only thought. But this judge is not very conducive to that. You see him think for a second as he's looking through. Your Honor, we wish to call, as he's flipping through his witness list, we wish to call Velshanar to the stand. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
What the hell, dude?
Bastard.
Why Velshanar?
Yeah, that's. I don't know. You wouldn't know anything about Zaigon.
No, yeah, it's a strange one.
Or does.
Or does he?
Yeah, I guess. Or does he?
Who?
Velshanar is the guy that Anzu had that big fight with that killed Linares.
Oh, son of a bitch! I forgot about that!
Did you just remember that?
Okay.
I forgot. No, because in my head...
Everyone, get your bingo cards. Caleb reaction face.
In my
It's
head...
the most beautiful thing we do.
We've been waiting 4 years to meet this man.
In my head, Velshanar is not the name Animus knows in his backstory, so I didn't connect that until just now.
Wait, just now? Wait.
No, I knew Velshanar. Like, I knew they were, but I didn't... When you said Velshanar, I was thinking, who's Velshanar for a sec? I was like, is that just another like deity that we have like a run-in with? And then I was like, oh, wait a second. It's the same fucking guy who enslaved me for my entire childhood.
Guy.
Possibly killed my parents. Haven't seen him. The whole reason we can't go to the Shadowfell to travel through it. The whole reason I'm doing what I even exist for.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. That was fun. Editing, Caleb, I hope you had fun with that thing that happened.
Oh, I'm gonna go look right away.
No, that's not fair. Come on.
I'll wait.
Yeah, you gotta surprise yourself. Hi, editing, Caleb. I don't know when you're getting to this, but I hope we had fun at Hunter's wedding, or will have fun at Hunter's wedding.
Fuck you, Caleb. You stupid
fuck
piece
you,
of
Caleb.
shit.
Fuck you,
You
Caleb.
son of a
Stupid piece of
bitch.
shit. Oh, son of a bitch. Fuck you, Caleb.
Yeah.
Current and future Caleb.
Wait, hold on. Why are you
And past.
texting
Let's
me?
throw them all together.
Why
Yeah,
don't-
fuck all of the
whoa,
Calebs.
whoa. Future Caleb you can attack. He doesn't exist yet.
He doesn't have feelings.
Yeah. He's just an idea. He's not a reality yet.
Man, isn't time weird? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. What do you think your future self will think of yourself right now?
Fucking idiot. That's what he's
We'll see
thinking.
you guys next week.